Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
No,
Okay, let's talk about the Minnesota Vikings. So the Minnesota Vikings, probably the biggest surprise team last year. Uh, them or the Commanders. I think the Vikings going 14-3 was crazy. They
Mhm.
were 14-3. They lost in the wild card round. So
Mhm.
their offense was ranked 12th last year. They were sixth in passing and 19th in rushing offense. And then defensively, they were fifth overall last year. So give me your favorite move by the Minnesota Vikings.
I actually put down drafting Donovan Jackson again, securing the offensive line and
Mm,
trying to protect JJ McCarthy as virtually a rookie quarterback this year. To
right.
me, that's important, especially for a rookie.
Yeah,
First year starter, yes.
and they only lost Cam Robinson, and I think they added him into the season later on. Is
Mhm.
that correct? Last year, so it's a pretty good move. I put let's see here, Jonathan Allen, and Javon
Yeah.
Hargrave
Yep.
is
That was on. I had noted that as well,
yeah.
but I went with the offensive line.
I like
Um,
that you're doing the draft.
Yeah, I didn't do that on every team, but
No,
yeah.
that's okay. I do like that though. No, I went with Hargrave and Allen, both those guys. So they were like I said, they were fifth in defense last year, but they aren't like settled with just being fifth. They go out and get two really solid defensive linemen and added them
Yes,
to
for
them
sure.
in
Yep.
that Brian Flores defense. I'm just like, this is going to be ridiculous next year. That defensive line is going to be really good.
Yeah.
So I really like that move. Double down on a strength, and that's why I think they're going to have. I understand the cornerback concerns, but if you can get to the
Mhm.
quarterback in 3 seconds or less, it doesn't matter how bad your secondary
That's true.
is.
Yeah.
So I just think with that pass rush and the way Flores is able to generate pass rush too with his schemes, I just think that defense is going to be really good next year. And adding those two guys, I think is going to help.
Yeah, they also added Will Fries, who's a solid lineman as well.
Yeah, good note. Good note. Let's see here. Let's go to least favorite. What was your least favorite move?
Just not addressing the cornerback position because
Mhm.
last year they relied on Stephon Gilmore,
Yeah.
and he's still out there as a free agent. He's probably just waiting, for the right situation again. Um, Yeah, I mean, Asante Samuel Jr. is still out there as a free agent right now. I think there's some hesitation because he doesn't have very much desire to tackle. But in my opinion, the Vikings, that's one of my question marks. So not addressing that position too too much.
Yeah. Yeah, I that's a good one. I like that one. And like you said, there's others. Sometimes too, people wait till like training camp's done and
Hmm.
preseason, and then they go inside and see. I think Zadarius Smith and Gilmore might be two of those guys. They're veterans, so they're probably just waiting
Yeah.
until all that's done.
And hey,
Um,
if you got a pass rush, you don't need the best cornerback room
no,
either.
no, not at all. Yeah, I just put Sam Darnold question mark. Like, do you think
Hmm.
because it's a good question because you don't know what McCarthy is, right? You just don't know.
Hmm.
Do you think it was because they got won so many games last year? Was it time to move on from them, or is it like a year too early? Because this team is ready to kind of like overall just kind of win now. Like their defense is built to win now. They got the weapons.
At the time, I thought it was a dumb move, and then as time's gone on, there's a lot of hype around JJ McCarthy this year. And
Hmm.
so they must see something that they felt it was in the best interest of the team to move on from Sam Darnold.
Hmm.
And I think Sam Darnold was a product of Kevin Stefanski.
Mm.
Um, because I really think he is a great coach. And I forget where Sam Darnold went to now, but we'll see how he fares.
Seattle.
Seattle.
Yeah.
But I think JJ McCarthy could flourish if, McCarthy, yeah, if as long as Stefanski, you know, works up some good plays for him,
Hmm.
schemes really well. I think that switching quarterbacks may not be as big of a deal, but we'll see.
Yeah, the problem is like so first of all with preseason hype is it's hard to buy in
Mhm.
because like training camp everybody's great. Like you're not going to hear people talk, oh that guy is like
Right.
horrible, right? Like so I just find it if they tell you they're horrible, then you know there's something really wrong with a player in
Hmm.
this time of year. So with the McCarthy thing, I take things sort of with a grain of salt. I would say like I think it's a good time. It's always going from the known to the unknown. And in the NFC, who's the best quarterback? Hurts,
That's
Goff.
debatable. That's
What?
debatable.
Right.
Hurts. I think Hurts is just average. People list him as like the fifth or sixth best quarterback, and I just don't see that in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Well, my point is in the NFC,
In the
like
NFC, yeah,
it's like,
not over
but
the whole
there's not a
league.
lot of options. Like it's
No,
Jaden Daniels is too early to say that he is right.
that's
So
true.
like my point is like the NFC is kind of there for the taking right now. Like
Hmm.
there's not like a elite quarterback that you have to go through.
Nope.
So that's
I
why
like
I
the AFC.
right. That's why I'm almost like maybe I kind of wanted maybe one more year with Darnold. If Darnold wasn't working out, you could always do the Tom Brady, Drew Bledsoe, just bench him and put in
Hmm.
McCarthy. So you didn't, but obviously the cap space and all that other stuff would have been
Hmm.
a factor as well. But
Correct.
I guess like in my mind, couldn't find anything that was overly glaring. I mean, the cornerback position is a good call, but like for me, it was like a little nitpicky, I guess. But did we move on too soon? That's the only
Hmm.
thing because
Hmm.
I just think the NFC is always, as far as right now goes, it's up for grabs. You know.
That's a valid point. Yes.
So that's the only thing. Okay, green flag for the Vikings. What's your green flag for
I
them?
I already talked about this, but I just put down the coach, Kevin
Mm,
Stefanski,
yeah.
because I think, yeah, I think he could win Coach of the Year this year. I think that that's not out of the realm of possibility if the Vikings have a good season.
Yeah, that's true. Um, yeah, especially if McCarthy hype is
Hmm.
yeah okay. Um,
Hmm.
I put their defense. There, I love Brian Flores. I always have loved him
Hmm.
when he was in Miami. I loved him. Um, I just think that defense is going to be top five again this year. With their additions, again understanding they do have a couple flaws on the defensive side of the ball, but for the most part, I think if you have a great defensive line, it masks a lot of other things.
Hmm.
So they have that, I think, and I think that with Brian Flores, I love their defense. So
Hmm. Yeah.
red flag. What's your big red flag for them?
I just put down JJ McCarthy because we
Uh,
just don't know.
yeah,
It's a first year starter. Yeah, you could end up with a Caleb Williams situation like last year for the Bears.
yeah. Agreed. I have that as well. I also put O line. There's some question marks about it. It was like an average O line last year, and then it got kind of exposed in the playoffs. The Detroit Lions figured some things out,
Yeah, oh yeah.
and obviously Stefanski's a good enough head coach where maybe he can figure, things out. Maybe it was the quarterback, but now you're putting a rookie behind that type of situation, which I don't know, rookie. I don't know if it'll work out any better. So just the question marks on the offensive line, because I think if they had like a top 10 offensive line, I feel more comfortable about McCarthy because
Hmm.
they would protect him better and you'd have a really good run game. But because you don't have a good offensive line, it brings up questions in your run game and in your quarterback
Hmm.
play. So,
Yep. Yep.
fantasy football go to?
It's Justin Jefferson. Even though with JJ McCarthy there, I like those elite receivers seem like they still get their catches, even if the quarterback isn't elite.
Yeah,
It seems like they find a way.
yeah. Johnson did it with Dan
Mhm.
Orlowski and Drew
Yeah.
Statton. So yeah,
There you
yeah,
go.
yeah. So yeah, 100%. I put Aaron Jones. I think he's 1,000 yard back basically, but how high
Hmm.
you'd have to draft him, it's not that high. And he's a starting running back in the league. He played all 17 games last year. We'll see if he does it again this year. But it if you can get a starting running back that gets over 1,000 yards, it's a good call. Plus, he can catch the ball out of the backfield. So
Yeah, but I think they brought in Jordan Mason from the 49ers, I believe. to split carries.
Yeah.
So
I'm not
You're
quite
not
worried
worried.
about that. Yeah. Jordan Mason's a fine player, but he's,
Yeah.
yeah. I always get nervous with 49ers running backs go out of the 49ers system.
Exactly.
So until I see, like let's wait,
Yeah.
so anyway, okay. Let's see. Predictions. So over under 8.5 for the Vikings. Where do you got it, Shannon?
I didn't check the over-unders, but I have them at 8 and 9.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I have them at 8 and 9 as well, actually.
Okay.
So, yeah, I had the under. Yeah.
Hmm.
I just think this offense will take a little bit to grow into. I think the defense will keep in the games, but I think this is a growing year for McCarthy in that offense, and we'll see what happens. And this one could totally blow up in our faces, by the way, as well.
It
So
could. Oh,
yeah,
yeah. Been there, done that.
100%. Yeah, last year. Okay. Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.